Hey guys, I hope you guys are having a great day today. Today, I'm really excited. Today is going to be a full face of Korean beauty, K-beauty. I recently said in my budget update that I spent around like $120 on a full face of new makeup. This is that new makeup. So, I have a whole basket here of goodies. You can see there's a lot. There's a lot. This video was mostly inspired by one of my followers, Kim. She and I have been going back and forth on Instagram a lot, talking about K-beauty, giving each other recommendations, and I pretty much picked up everything that she recommended in terms of K-beauty. I got all of this stuff off of YesStyle, but I know there are other K-beauty retailers out there. YesStyle is just the one that I'm the most familiar with. With that being said, hi, my name is Vivian. I'm a robotics engineer with a love for all things beauty and makeup related. I try to focus a lot on having a really curated collection. I also don't want to be over consuming, so I do have a budget for this year. If you want to learn more about that, you can watch the video that I have on it. I can link it here for you. But with that being said, let's just hop into it. As always, I am going to clip my hair back. My baby hairs have been absolutely bananas, but that is okay. So I do have everything for a full face, but I am missing an item, so I had to reach out to YesStyle about that. They haven't responded yet. In the meantime, we're just gonna put the rest of this on our face. So like I said, I do have enough for a full face. This isn't new, but it's K-beauty and I need to put on sunscreen, so I'm gonna use this. This is the Heimish Artless Glow Base SPF 50. I really like this. It is a really lightweight sunscreen, but it leaves like a pretty glow. My lips have seen better days, and so I'm gonna go in with this. This is the Honey and Milk lip oil from the brand kbeauty. I think this is very similar to the Dior lip oil in terms of feel. It has that big doe foot applicator that the Dior lip oil has. It's a thicker gloss as well, but not too much product comes out when you pull the spoolie out. I actually really like that. I think the shine level is also very similar too, so I'm gonna keep trying it. If it is a Dior dupe, then I'm never gonna buy the Dior lip oil again. You guys know how much I love that, but I don't want to spend $39 on a lip gloss that, you know, doesn't need to be $39. So this is the Misha Perfect Cover BB Cream. I have mine in the shade 25, which is a warm beige. I'm slightly concerned because I did pump this out before and it is slightly too dark, but I do have a white color corrector, so if needed I can go in with that. I am just gonna pump out a single pump, and one pump actually pumps out quite a bit of product. Since it is a little bit light, I have this white foundation corrector from LA Girl, and I'm just gonna do small dots to try and correct that. I usually blend foundation with my sponge. This is dry, so we're gonna use it anyway. This actually matches my forehead really well. Looking at it up close, I am getting pilling. I don't know if it's because of the skincare I have on underneath. I don't usually have problems with the Heimish Artless Glow Base, so I think it might have been some of the serums I used. But I am getting a lot of pilling right now. I don't think it's the product itself. I think it's a reaction with my skincare. So I'm gonna do this again. I'm gonna wash this off and come back. So we're gonna try that again. I am not going to put on sunscreen because there is a sunscreen compact that I want to try out afterwards. So I am going to take a pump of the Misha BB cream I am going to do a little bit of the white color corrector too, just to lighten it up a little bit, and then apply it this way. I also did wet my sponge, so I'm not noticing any pilling anymore, so I definitely think it's something from my skincare that was causing that. I think with the whitener shade, this looks really good. I feel like it actually matches my neck pretty perfectly. I think I put like a tiny bit too much, but I feel like the undertone is a pretty good match. So I do have some acne and acne scars on my skin, so I'm just seeing how much of this I can build up to kind of cover that redness. I definitely wouldn't say it's full coverage. I would say light to medium with the sponge, but that's usually my vibe anyway, so I'm not mad about that. I think that looks really, really good so far. So I did pick up a concealer. I am scared this is going to be too light. This is the Para Double Long Wear Cover Concealer. This is in the shade 3 Sand, and when you look at it in the tube, that looks super light. I think this might have to be like an under eye concealer only. Yeah, that's pretty light. The doe foot is a little bit harder than I was expecting. It's like this really small doe foot. We're going to use the same sponge to blend this out. This sponge specifically is from Orsay Cosmetics. It's one of my favorite sponges. They sent this to me, but it is super soft and bouncy. It is a little bit light, but I don't think it's too light. Okay, since I don't have my contour powder, I am just going to use a cream powder from my, a cream bronzer from my own collection. I have two different blushes. I have a liquid and a powder option. So the liquid is this one from Pew. This is the Juicy Pang blusher. I have mine in the shade Cherry. It looks like a nail polish bottle. The applicator is a brush tip as well. It smells nice. I got that on my nose, but that's okay. I'm just going to swatch this on the back of my hand real quick. It definitely feels odd with the nail polish applicator, but it blends out to be this really sheer kind of pinky, bright pink color, which is really pretty. And the powder blush I got is this from the same, I'm so sorry. This is the Samo Single Blusher in the shade Dragon Red. Also, if you know the correct pronunciations for these, please let me know, because I know for a fact that I'm butchering them. And this looks like a really pretty brightish red as well. Definitely more pigment than the liquid blush, and definitely more of like a, this is more of a red, whereas this is more of a pink. I'm gonna go in with the Juicy blush first. I'm a little bit scared to draw this directly on my face, but we're just gonna go for it. That also might have been too much product. This is my ColourPop F32 brush. That did blend out super easily. I don't notice any picking up of foundation from where I put the product on, which is really nice. I am going to try and put the blush a little bit higher up right now, just because I know that's kind of the kbeauty style. I actually really like that. I think that blended out so easily, like ridiculously easily. I'm just tapping it out and I don't notice any like settling of the product. I don't notice any marks from where it dried down, and that just blended out so easily. It is pretty pigmented too. So like even though it's pigmented, I don't feel like it's overboard, and I feel like I did put quite a bit on there. I'm really liking the way that looks. I'm just gonna clean up underneath a little bit. I quite like that. I really like the way that looks. I think that's really pretty. I am going to do my brows next. I have these two products from Unleashia. These are the Shaper Defining Eyebrow Pencil. I have mine in the shade Craft Brown. So packaging looks like this. It's a super thin tip. Honestly, the thinnest tip that I have ever seen in a brow pencil. It is absolutely tiny. I kind of love the green packaging that they have. I think it's really cute. And this is the Shaper Pomade Eyebrow Fixer. I picked this one up because I feel like it looks very similar to my Refi Brow Sculpt. So it has the top you can take off, and it has these two brushes. And then if you twist the cap off, you have a spoolie with a clear pomade in it. So I'm going to use the spoolie on the end of the brow pencil and brush my hairs up. And I'm absolutely shocked at how thin this is. The color looks a little bit lighter than I usually go for, but I think I did that on purpose. And it feels like a pretty stiff pencil. I actually do prefer when it's a little bit stiffer like this, because I feel like I have more control, and I feel like it's stiff enough that I can draw in brow-like hairs. Touching my face now, it kind of feels like everything has already set, which is really nice, even though I haven't gone in with any powder. I don't know how that'll change if I had the sunscreen on underneath, or like a more oily, slippery base, but the foundation itself feels like it's nice and drying. And then I'm going to go in with the brow gel. It seems similar to the Refi Brow Gel. I would say this is a little bit more of a wet formula, but the real test is how it holds in my brows. Okay, it looks like it's holding pretty well. It does look like there are some like little particles in my brow hairs though, which I'm not the biggest fan of. I don't love that it leaves the residue. I do really like this brow pencil though. I was scared it was going to be too light, but it's actually not. I feel like it looks pretty good in my brows. I'm just going to fill in a couple of sparse areas. Honestly, I feel like my brows look pretty good. If you look closely, you can definitely see like the chunkiness, but on camera, I feel like my brows look better than they usually do. This next product I'm really excited about. One, look at this packaging. Okay, so it's the Unleashia Glitterpedia eyeshadow palette, and it opens kind of like a book. Oh no, I ripped it. It opens like a book, and then the palette is, oh, am I in focus? I am not in focus. And then the palette is like inside here, and you take it out like that. I think that's so pretty. I have mine in the shade Olive Brown. It looks like that. So it has several different glitters of different chunkiness. This one looks like a pretty shimmer. This has a little bit of chunkiness in it, and it gets progressively more chunkiness in these two. This is like a really light shimmer, and then this one is also like a glittery but not super glittery. It has 3 mattes, so this light one, these two up here are mattes, and then this bottom one is also a matte. So I am going to start off with this lightest shade here just to set everything. I don't know how much concealer I have on my lids right now. I'm gonna go in with the slightly darker brown as a transition shade. This kind of palette though honestly looks so up my alley. Like, it has several different chunky glitters that I feel like I would reach for pretty much every day. They're not overly pigmented or powdery, so I don't feel like I have to be too careful with it, which I really appreciate. I'm going to take a really small smudger brush and go into this darkest brown. And I'm just going to smudge this along my lash line. I do have a liquid eyeliner to use, so I don't want to take up too much of the space with the dark brown. Just a little bit to define my lash line a little bit more. I want to see how some of these pick up with brushes and how they pick up with fingers. My experience with most glitter palettes is that fingers usually works the best. I'm going to take this bottom middle shade here on this brush. This is a Spectrum and Katie Jane Hughes number 14 brush. And I'm going to do something like this and just place it on the inner corner. These look gorgeous swatched. Okay, so these two here are definitely chunky glitter. Reminds me of my Nabla Miami Lights palette. So if you want like a really subtle sheer base but with a lot of like glittery sparkle, that's what those two are giving. The other two semi-sparkle are pretty much the same in terms of base, so there's not a lot of base, but the glitters are a little finer and they leave more of a subtle effect. And then this last shade has way more of a base, but the glitters themselves are way less chunky. So these two also feel a lot softer than the chunky glitters. The chunky glitters feel pretty dry, but these feel a little bit more wet. Kind of what I was expecting with a lot of these types of palettes. Brushes aren't always the way to go, and I find that usually if you want to have more of an impactful look, you're going to want to use your fingers. However, I don't think a lot of K-beauty makeup looks are super impactful. I feel like a lot of them are kind of this light glitter type of vibe. I am going to go in with this shade here. This feels stunning. This is pretty much my everyday vibe, where it's just a little bit of glitter on the lids to give it a really pretty reflect, but nothing too intense. That is so pretty. For funsies, I am going to take a little bit of the super chunky glitter. This is in the shade Ceremony, and I'm going to put this just on the center of the lid. I am a huge fan of that. I think that's stunning. This might be my new favorite palette. And the tones, you know these are my tones. You know it's just like a neutral color story with a lot of glitter. This is amazing. I am already obsessed. I do have a new eyeliner. This is the McQueen New York eyeliner in the shade 3. This is the waterproof pen eyeliner. And this one I'm really excited about because the tip seems like super small and it seems like it would be really easy to use. So let's just do a little wing. That was so easy to use. I like that it's a brush tip. I feel like brush tips are a lot easier to work with. This is the shade Brown Black. I would say it's more black than brown. There's like a tiny bit of brown in it, but it's mostly black, I would say. I feel like wing liners are usually not that easy for me. I don't know. That was pretty good. I'm gonna go in with mascara next. I do have two. So this is actually a mascara base. This is the Pimel, I'm so sorry. This is the Pimel Essence mascara base. This is like a mascara primer, and then for an actual mascara I got the Clio Kill Lash Super Proof mascara in the volume curling variety. So the wand of this looks like that. It's a really skinny, kind of longer brush. And as for the Pamel Essence mascara base, it looks like it's going to be a clear base. I'm hoping that this will help hold my curl and that I can use it with some of my more like Western drugstore mascaras. Okay, I'm gonna go in with the mascara base. It is completely clear on my lashes. I can see that there is something coating them though. I feel like even that my lashes look pretty good. Dude, are you kidding me? I feel like my lashes look so good without any actual mascara. The curl has held. I don't understand why I haven't gone into K-beauty or haven't been interested in K-beauty before this. I feel like K-beauty would just make so much more sense for my mascara preferences. With the Clio mascara, my lashes have gotten a little bit chunky on that side, but I am so impressed with that mascara base. Oh my god. For lips, I have this right here. This is from the brand Romand. Roman D. Is it Romand? Is it Roman D? I think it's Roman D. I feel like I've heard someone say Roman D before. This is the Juicy Lasting Tint. I have mine in the shade Peeling on Dew. Please help. I don't know any of these. I am gonna wipe off the Honey and Milk lip oil and go in with this. This is a cherry red type of color. A little bit deeper. The formula feels kind of moussey, which is shocking to me because I feel like most lip tints are more of like a water formula. That is really comfortable. That is like really, really comfortable. In terms of staying power, I don't know how well it lasts on the lips, but I did swatch this on my hands yesterday and it was there for a really long time, even though I washed my hands a couple of times. It feels super comfy, slightly sticky, but nowhere near as sticky as like a gloss or anything. I mean, I obviously have to see how well this wears off. I'm gonna go in with a powder. This one is also from Roman D. This is the Better Than Finish powder. This powder comes with 2 different applicators. So it's a compact like this. There's a powder puff in here that you open and you can use this. Or it comes with a little brush that you could use instead. I think I'm gonna use the powder puff, and this feels like a softer powder puff. So I'm just gonna tap in there, and I'm really just gonna focus this on the center of my face. Okay, I'm zooming you guys in for this so that you can see better. I put a little bit of the powder on this side right here, and you can kind of see already compared to this side, it looks so much better. Getting a little bit more on the puff. Are you kidding? The center of my face looks so smooth. I honestly think it looks smoother than when I use my Kosas Cloud Set. Oh my god, that looks so good. I think the only issue I have with my skin right now is right here by my, in between my eyebrows, but that is usually a problem area for me. I don't think any foundation or powder combo looks good there. But I think on on my cheeks. I feel like that looks so good. While we're here, let me show you the rest of my skin. So I obviously have some active acne that it didn't cover up fully, but that's okay. The lip tint looks super even. It is catching a little bit on camera in the places where I like bit off the skin of my lips. My brows look so good IRL. I feel like my brows look better than they literally ever have before. My lashes look pretty good. I think this lash side turned out better than this lash side, but this one usually does. And I feel like my skin just looks really blurred without taking away any sort of glow. There's not a single bad product that I have tried. I obviously didn't try this blush yet, and the brows are actually, they don't look like they have any particles in them right now, which is nice. The lip tint feels drier now, but it feels still like hydrating. It doesn't feel like it's sucking the moisture out of my lips. This powder made my center of the face look so blurred, like so blurred. The Unleashia palette, probably my new favorite palette just because I love the different finishes in here. This is pretty much my ideal palette. This is, it has everything I want. This is my ideal palette. I need to try this mascara more because I don't think this did anything like super special for my lashes, but I mean, I obviously only tried it with the mascara base. Speaking of the mascara base, chef's kiss, chef's kiss. Oh my god. My lashes look so good with just this. The concealer, I'm kind of mid about. It looks nice. It looks a little bit lighter, but I don't think it looks too light. I think my under eyes look nice though. Like I don't notice an excessive amount of creasing underneath my eyes. Like I said, the brow pomade, it looked like it was going to start having like chunkies in my brows, but that's pretty much gone. The brow pencil, this brow pencil is so thin. It works so well. And it even drew over the brow pomade, which is a good sign. This is potentially a Dior dupe. What more can I say? This blush, so pretty. So pretty. I feel like it's nice and pigmented without being too pigmented. It didn't pick up any of the foundation from drawing it on. It blended out super easily, super seamlessly. This next one is this VT Essence Sun Pack. This is supposed to be a sunscreen. I purchased this for touch-ups and reapplying sunscreen. The texture of the product itself is very balm-like. It honestly feels pretty nice. It didn't leave a white cast on my hand, but I obviously have to try this on my face. It comes with a little puff here. I think this would be a good way to reapply sunscreen. I did just get a little bit of glitter in that though from the residuals of my hands, so that's my bad. The Misha BB cream looks pretty nice on my skin. Like I said, the shade 25 is probably my summer shade with the little bit of white color corrector. It matches my neck pretty much perfectly. I think it's like a tiny bit more pink than my actual skin tone, but I can barely notice a difference, so I really like the undertone of this specifically. Yeah, this also has SPF 42 in here, which is nice, so it's just an added bonus. I quite literally think I just like everything about this makeup. I feel like my makeup hasn't turned out this good in so long. If you guys have other K-beauty recommendations, please let me know. I think I'm a convert. Western beauty who? I think this makeup looks so good. And a special shout out to Kim because these products are amazing. I genuinely like all of these products. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe if you aren't already. I am posting on Mondays and Thursdays at 11 a.m. Eastern, so if you want to not miss an upload, be sure to click that little bell icon underneath this video. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I am so excited to keep using these products. Again, let me know all of your K-beauty recommendations. I need all of them now. I'll see you in my next one. Bye!